Hello, welcome to another episode. I'm so excited to be here again. My energy is just raising and building as I'm doing more of these episodes. I absolutely love talking all things business, and we're on to a really juicy topic this time. One of my favourite things is creating systems. It's creating simplicity in your business. It's saving time. So I'm really excited to share this one with you because I'm talking about from systems to sales, creating passive income and offers that are scalable. So just imagine waking up to sales notifications without constantly chasing clients. That is called the power of passive income and creating scalable offers. And today I'm breaking down exactly how to make that happen. So I'm going to share a little bit of my insights and experience when it comes to selling and growth within my business and how this can actually impact you. So I used to run a product business. If you've been following along this podcast, you'll probably know that. If you've followed me for a while in the online space, you will know that. I used to run a keepsakes business. And when I run that business, it took me ages to get it off the ground, not going to lie. When it did though, I literally fully booked out for Christmas, like in October. So it took me 4 months. So I think it was June, July, August, September, October. Yes, it was in the June that I really started making sales. This was June 2020. And by October, I was fully booked for Christmas. I earned thousands. It was amazing. But I had that many orders on the books whilst I was working for the NHS part-time and running networking events that I couldn't take on any more orders because I was worried that I would end up behind, overwhelmed, burn out. And actually I did burn out, but I couldn't take any more on for Christmas. And so what happened was it created an income ceiling. It meant that I couldn't earn any more money, and at the time it felt like a lot. It was £1,000 a month, I think, once I'd paid everything out, which was great because I had the £1,000 from the keepsakes business. And you know what, there's coaches, mentors out there that say, you know, selling like 6 figures and whatever, but at the time, this was working for me. I didn't need any more than that. I didn't want any more than that. Now I do. But it was great. I was earning £1,000 from that. Yes, it was a lot of hours, a lot of work. I was earning £1,000 from that. I had my income from my NHS wage. And then I had my income from running the networking events. And it was great. I was loving life, right? However, I couldn't really earn any more than that. For some people, that's okay. You might be happy to just sit and earn that, but I started realising that I loved business and I wanted to do it full time. So if I needed to do it full time, then I needed to cover the £600 that I was earning a month from my part-time job. So I worked all my numbers and I knew how much I needed to earn a month in order to be able to replace that income. Because the end goal was to leave that job and do business full time. And obviously leaving the job would give me the time to be able to take on more work so that I could break through that ceiling. However, I would still hit a ceiling. It became impossible. It wasn't passive at all, and it became impossible to scale. So I realised very quickly that actually I was working on a one-to-one basis with my customers. I was making their orders, delivering. They pick them up or I'd send them off, delivering that service to them. But there was no way I could scale because I could not group clients like I can now in my business. So now this is why I love services and why I actually closed the business, because it got a lot to be everything at once for that business. And I did actually figure a way to scale it, which was through teaching what I do. So if you're in a position where you are doing a product or maybe you're doing a service, you can teach what you do in order to scale. But I did not want to teach that. First of all, the patterns I was using weren't mine, so I couldn't teach them I couldn't use those anyway. I'd have to do my own patterns, which I can do, I have done before, but I didn't want to. It took a lot of time, wasn't for me. So it wasn't scalable. So when I started this business, you know, I started making money from this straight away, literally from day one when I launched. And it opened me up to a whole new world and a whole new experience with growing using passive income. The first thing I sold was actually a membership, and I brought in 5 clients on my launch day, which was insane at the time. It doesn't sound a lot, but at the time, and look, actually, for those of you that have launched something and you haven't had one sale, if you launch something on one day one, you've got 5 clients, how amazing would that be? And it's quite rare, to be fair. Only a small percent of people do achieve that. So it doesn't sound a lot, but at the time it was a lot for me. Loved it. And I did really well with that membership. And I realised this power of having passive income. So I was getting paid. By the end, my membership had my current membership has 30 members, but it had 30 members in it. They were all paying me every month, and I was only doing 6 hours work. I think at the time I was charging like £25. So £25, 30 members, I was only working 6 hours a month. That was really nice. And that is what passive income looks like. It's doing a little bit of work, but getting paid more for your time. Because when you're exchanging that one-to-one time, you're only getting paid for that hour that you work. And there's only so many hours in a day. So what we needed to do, or what you need to do, what I needed to do, was to go from serving people on a one-to-one basis to actually serving more people so I could earn more money in less time. So that is one way you can scale your business. You also want to have scalable offers so that you can have offers that you can, something you can create and sell again and again and again and again. Makes it super, super easy for you. And I find that a lot of business owners struggle with the same common problems. Trading time for money, feeling overwhelmed by the idea of automation, because let's face it, I did have to automate things to make this happen. So if, for example, sorting out the tech side of it so that if someone bought a digital download, when they paid for it, they got it instantly. I had to deal with the automation for that. And some people get really overwhelmed with that, but trust me, learning this is worth it. It's worth the time, it's worth the money. But also, not knowing where to start with passive income is something that holds people back a lot as well. So if that's you, keep on listening. So before we even do that, before we even start implementing new income streams, before we even start scaling with growing the business, without automation and organisation, passive income isn't truly passive. For example, it's not passive if someone buys from you, you have to go send them the contract, you have to go send them the details, the welcome email, you have to go book in their first call, you have to go send them a message and get their answers to questions, you have to go do this, you have to go do that. That is not truly passive. So what you definitely need is some automation and some organisation so that passive income can work for you. And this is why I'm the queen of business organisation, because it does make a difference to your business. It really does. So a simple thing such as an onboarding system can save you hours every week. It's not so much a problem when you've only got like 3 one-to-one clients, but as you grow your business and start scaling, if you have 10 people a week buying from you, 20 people and thousands. Some people sell thousands to thousands of people, make loads of passive income. But if we don't have an onboarding system in place that is automated, then that is going to get overwhelming, having to physically do everything manually yourself. So that is essential for scaling your business. First and foremost is automation and organisation. Make sure that you're putting these things in place. I would encourage you to do this as soon as possible. And I share this a lot. I use an all-in-one system called Kartra. Absolutely love it. I am an affiliate for them, so I will drop the link in the show notes if you want to check them out, because I do get the best deals, just saying. So if you want to check out the best deals available now, head to the link in the show notes and I will give you that link and you can get the best offer. If not, give me a shout, because what I actually offer is when you join, I offer you some free support because you've joined through me. Kartra will pay me so you don't have to, and I'll offer you free support in getting started. But this system is worth every penny, because it allows you to scale, because it does everything. It allows you to create the systems, the automation, the sequences, the platform to sell courses, services. It has calendar management. It can link it up with Zoom. You can link it up with checkouts like Stripe, PayPal, so you can people can pay you through it. You can create recurring payments, all sorts of things. It does everything, right? It's brilliant. There's not much it doesn't do. So check that out if you need something like this, because it definitely will help you in growing and scaling your business. But people are so afraid of that cost, and there's mindset to be done around that. Please don't be afraid of the cost, because it is worth it. So that's just something you can do and use as well to save you time and to automate things. But also content banking and repurposing content for social media marketing. I did the last podcast episode was all about social media growth for your business, and I talked on there about content and the content pillars you can use, but I did talk about content banking as well, and this is literally saving every piece of content that you do so that you can use it again on social media, and you can use it again for marketing, you can use it in your emails, take a social media piece of content, turn it into a blog and so on, right? You can do loads with that. So this will save you time as well, so you can give yourself some time back to focus on the growth of your business. So CRM tools and email automation for nurturing leads, again, all in one system. Automation, also payment and delivery systems for passive offers as well. So choose something that is going to work for you. Again, shout out to Kartra because it has it included, but make sure you've got your systems set up to take the money and deliver the offer, deliver the thing you're selling, to make it truly passive. So thinking of things like masterclasses, digital downloads, templates, whatever that is. It's only going to work if you are able to take the payment and deliver that straight away and make it completely passive. Because the idea is you create it once and then you can just sell it again and again and again and again. However, I am going to add like a bit of caution here. You can't just create something once and expect it to exist and sell. We do need to have a system, a strategy, a plan for it to be marketed. It can't just sit pretty on your website unless you've got banging SEO that's bringing people to it every single week. It's not going to sell, so you need to do something to get people to it. But just having that payment gateway and delivery system for that passive offer in place, it's spot on. Like, that's what you need to do. So actionable tip for you to take away today from this episode is to identify one repetitive task and start automating it today. So hopefully what I've talked about so far is going to help you get a little bit more organised and think about what you can be saving time doing in your business and go and automate it. So that's a little task I want you to do. I want to talk about the difference between passive and scalable offers as well. So passive is a product that sells without ongoing offer. So this is things like ebooks, templates, pre-recorded courses, something you create once, and you only have to create once, set it up, and you can sell it. A scalable offer is something that allows more clients without extra work. So think group programs or memberships. I have a mix of both of these things in my business. So I have membership, I have a couple of different programs. Actually, I've reduced it down to one, but I've got digital things that people can buy that's passive, and I've got scalables. I've got my foundations program, and I've got my membership. So think about those that you can scale. You can bring a higher volume of people into without doing more work. So I want to just highlight some of the things that you can include for your business. So think about, and it's if you're really struggling with ideas, what you can sell. First of all, I want you to think about, what are you really good at? What are you qualified in? What knowledge do you have? What experience do you have? Because answering those 4 questions, they are things that you can sell. They are. So, oh, knocked my mic again. I hope you don't hear that noise. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I just can't sit still. So, types of offers that you can do are digital products. So again, things like ebooks, templates, workbooks. You've also got online courses and masterclasses. So I actually have masterclasses every month within my membership, but I have a whole platform of many trainings and masterclasses in the background. So yeah, you've got those, you can sell those. Memberships and group programs, as I've mentioned. So for example, I've actually got a few. Coming up right now is Launch Live with Dani. It's a new program I'm offering as a group for 6 months. Cannot wait. So it's high proximity. You get group coaching every month, but you get so much within the community as we launch together. And that's a group offer that I can, it's scalable, so love it. Evergreen offers, things like that are pre-recorded and have a sales funnel. So this might be something that is evergreen, so at any time it can be purchased and it might lead to somewhere else, lead people to buy something else with a sales funnel. Sales funnel is stuff like a sales sequence of emails that go out to encourage them to buy something further. So there's different things you can do within your business. In fact, I would say when you're planning out your service suite, you need to think about hitting all of these if you possibly can, because it just offers different ways that people can buy from you, and that in itself helps you make more money, especially in a passive and scalable way. But it's really important that you choose the right offer for your business, because what works best for me might not work best for you. It's different in each industry depending on what you're selling. It's different in terms of different ideal clients that you may have. So for example, a coach might launch a membership while a designer might sell Canva templates. So there you go. And I just want to finally end on passive income does require strategy. The myth, build it and they will come, is the biggest business lie told to man. People will not come unless they do know about it. So it's a myth. The reality is you need visibility, you need to nurture your audience, and you need a system for sales. So when it comes to creating something that's passive or scalable, you need to think about, you know, how am I getting visible, how am I nurturing people, and how am I actually selling this? What's the system I have for selling this? So think about that, be mindful of that. You can't just build it and people will come. I see this a lot. It's not the way. And also think about automating sales without feeling salesy. Do not worry. Do not worry. Work on your sales mindset. And I have done a previous episode on mindset for success. If you've not listened to that, go and listen to it, because this might just help. Might be just the thing you need if you're feeling like you can't sell through social media, you can't sell through automation, through your web pages, through emails. Because if you're not selling them, how are we going to generate, how are you going to generate the income? So think about your mindset around automating sales. Think about email funnels that nurture and convert. So things like welcome sequences and sales sequences. If you've not got a clue what I'm talking about, then you need to get into my world. Just saying, because this is the stuff that I do. It's the stuff that I love doing because it helps you automate. And we can organise all that for you. Social media content that naturally leads to passive sales as well. So think about how you market on social media, like how you are structuring your content to sell certain things at certain times to lead to passive sales. You could also leverage SEO for long-term sales traffic. So if you're thinking about SEO, like people are going to be searching for things, your ideal client's going to be searching for what you have to offer. So if you implement SEO, whether you're selling on Etsy, whether you sell through a website, implement it on those. If you're doing blogging, link them to a product or a service and make sure SEO is included. You could use Pinterest if you're not already, and implement SEO there. And it's a long-term, it does take time to get going, but long-term it can continuously bring you traffic that then can result in sales. There's also different methods through selling that you can do. So you can do live launches. This is where you work on, this is what we are doing in Launch with Dani. We're going to spend 6 months together, and it is going to take 6 months because, so for example, at the time of recording this episode, it's February. We're going to start in April. I'm selling this program in March. We're going to start in April, and we're going to work from April until August. We will launch in August, and August, September is what we're going to do. So we will spend 6 months building that launch. That's what launching looks like. It's building up to something bigger, and this will be spending lots of time on visibility, spending lots of time on nurturing your audience, bringing in more leads, and then boom, selling the thing, having a system for the sales. I can't wait to do this. This is exactly what we're going to do in Launch with Dani. And then you may have evergreen sales as well. So this is where, so obviously when you do a launch, you might be open cart, close cart, which is exactly what I'll be doing. But you might have something that's evergreen. So, for example, my membership is evergreen. You can come in at any time. And I'm actually selling that at this moment in time. So people can come into my membership, Queen's Connection Club. That's evergreen. They can come in at any time. So in between my big launches, I'll sell that. So you have these things that are not open, closed, and that's evergreen. So think about how you're using launching and evergreen in your business as well with those services that you have, in a way to sell passively or to sell to scale. Okay, so I hope that has been massively helpful today. Think about how you can apply this to your business and start making more money, start making more sales, start growing and start making passive income and scaling your business, because it truly makes a difference. You will not believe the amount of clients recently that I've had come to me that are stuck in a rut with one-to-one services because they're finding that they've nailed and I see it so much, they've nailed the one-to-one. And if this is you, then you need to think about passive income and offers that scale, all the things I've talked about today. And if you need further support with that, because I do know there's a lot of tech help and a lot of organisation required, I am your girl. Come and give me a shout. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I will see you in the next one. I'm having fun sharing all this knowledge with you. But don't forget, I'm going to say it again, do not forget to give us a review. And I tell you what, I'm going to do a little giveaway. For those of you that do review, leave me a review. Put me a message to say that you've done it, because I don't know if I'll see it. But put me a message to say that you've left me a review, and I will reward you for it. I'll give you a little something in return. So I'm going to start giving prizes away. I think it'll be an amazing idea. So yeah, please rate, subscribe, like, do all the things, share the podcast with your friends who are in business, and we'll get a lot out of it. And let's spread this knowledge that I have far and wide so we can help more people, make more money, and not just be surviving but thriving in business, because I want your business to grow, I want your friends' businesses to grow, because there's enough room for us all to succeed. So please do rate, review, subscribe, and all of the things that help get this seen and heard. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next episode.